After the decision of Government of India and EPFO, minimum pension raised to 1,000, fixing 1,000 minimum pension. Among the 7 million pensioners, 3 million pensioners are getting an amount lesser than 1,000. This is very sorry of us. So the pension, minimum pension should be raised up to 9,000 per month. That is my request. And universal coverage of EPFO to all employees in different sectors, informal sector and all the sectors should be included in the EPFO scheme. That is my demand. I hope that Honorable Minister is here. He may respond a word.
Shri P. Bhattacharya.
Sir, I raised this issue not only the first time in this house, the jute industry, and so many times. And personally, I also talked to Honorable Minister in regard to this industry and this position. The jute industry occupies an important place in the national economy of India. It is one of the major industries in the eastern region, particularly in West Bengal. Jute, as it is saying that the golden fiber meets the standard of the safe packaging, etc., etc. So jute industry is not only in Bengal. Jute industry we can get in other states too, that is in Assam, Bihar, Madhya Pradesh, Meghalaya, Nagaland, Odisha, Tripura, and Karnataka, and other places also. I have the 3 important suggestions to Honorable Minister through you, sir. One, the jute industry, the Government of India, 1987, they came out with an act that jute packaging, particularly certain issues, central government, after considering the recommendation of SSC, may from time to time issue order under the Section 3(1) of the JPM Act of compulsory use of jute packaging material or certain commodity or class of commodities or percentage thereof. It is satisfied that it is necessary to do so in the interest of the production of the raw jute and the jute packaging material. But unfortunately, sir, what is happening nowadays in the country, the synthetic products, the synthetic packaging, those who are manufacturing, they are so powerful. They are creating some sort of pressure to the government and to the ministry so that the jute, instead of jute packaging, they convert it to synthetic packaging. Sir, my earnest request to the Honorable Government that unless and until to stop this synthetic packaging system, the jute industry will be really in a very, very precarious condition. Sir, lastly, I think
honorable members, I have seen some hands being raised a while ago. Those of you who wish to associate with a particular member who has made reflection may send details to the table office. Shri K.R.N. Rajesh Kumar.
Honorable Chairman, sir, the Indian Farmers Fertilizers Cooperative Limited, also known as IFCO, is the world's largest fertilizers cooperative federation based in India, which is registered as a multi-state cooperative society. IFCO has 40 1,000 member cooperatives and is wholly owned by the Cooperative Societies of India. It is engaged in the business of manufacturing and marketing of the fertilizers. Though it is a cooperative manufacturing company, IFFCO primarily focus on fertilizers production in both dry and fluid forms. Nowadays, the IFFCO manufacturing the nano urea also of the fertilizers of agriculture need. In the fact, IFFCO mission is to enable Indian farmers to prosper through timely supply of the high quality fertilizers and services. Sir, earlier the IFFCO was functioning under the administrative control of Ministry of Chemical and Fertilizers. Technically, IFFCO should be functioning under the C&F Ministry due to it is a technical nature. That was the suitable ministry. But IFFCO has been brought under the administrative control of Ministry of Cooperation. With this the irrational decision, the efficiency of the IFFCO might get affected due to the fact that policy making body will not have enough technical and commercial knowledge to coordinate the global in the field of chemicals and fertilizers, which is the prime focus of IFFCO, who has the high expertise in this sector. Sir, quote an example, just because the medical college syllabus are in English, we are not appointing the English professor to teach the medical education. Or the law ministry is connecting all the bills for the ministry. Just because of this, all the department cannot brought under the law ministry. Therefore, I request the Honorable Minister, through this August House, the reallocate the fertilizers manufacturing company, IFFCO, to the respective chemical and fertilizers ministry rationally. The consideration on basis of the future of the Indian farmers. Sir, in Ukraine issues, the C&F ministries is coordinate the demand of the fertilizers. Thank you, sir.
Srimati J.B. Mathur Hisam.
I'm deeply obliged by the opportunity. Thank you very much. So the fishermen community in Kerala is a fundamental part of the society, and they belong to the most backward community, but they serve the society in terms of both professional and social service. They are the ones who helped the entire thousands of people when the state of Kerala faced disastrous floods. And many of them work in gruesome conditions throughout and to feed their families. So many of them who go by spending 10,000 rupees a day on kerosene do not even come back they come back without zero catch. So now we have reached a point where the same community fishermen have not gone to sea for past many months because they have been agitating for 140 days for their survival. So their demands have been very genuine. They have not been asking for extensive things. Their demand was to implement a 475 crore package which was promised to them as part of Viഴിഞ്ഞം container port construction. So now their demand, all they ask for is that an increased rent be given, because more than 400 families, fishermen families, are forced to live in cement warehouses, where their families are forced to live in places where with adolescent girls and newborn babies in very inhuman conditions, and which are very, very unsafe and which is very, very brutal. So all they ask for is to do a comprehensive study on the sea erosion, and all they ask for is to include their member in the expert committee. And these are the basic things they ask for, but despite this being very, very basic requirements, these demands were not met, and so they had to agitate for 140 days. Despite this being for public good, the Chief Minister took 140 days to even hear their pain, to initiate a conversation, and also to discuss these legitimate demands. Although the Home Ministry is the Chief Minister had turned a blind eye earlier, the Home Ministry, which is under the Chief Minister, had all the time to register 2,000 cases against these poor fishermen, sir. So in all these conditions, the bishops, the priests who were supporting these poor fishermen have all been tortured in all this. In that being so, let me get to the point, sir. Let me get to the point. The point is, when there is a package being declared, that should be implemented in a time-bound manner, which is not being done. Now, the fishermen have called off their strike day before yesterday, but that is not because their demands are met, not because their demands are met, but because they are forced to, because loss of livelihood. So my request is
Thank you, honorable member. Thank you, Siri. Okay. 30 seconds.
Sir, conclusion. Sir, conclusion. Allow me to complete, sir. Allow me to complete, please. Sir, complete, sir. The central government should intervene and provide and support the state government to implement the package and to ensure the rehabilitation of these fishermen are done, and to ensure the natural resources are protected and also maintain developmental goals. Thank you very much.
Honorable members, I have a special weakness for this gender. We need to promote, but I expect very high standards also. Let us not claim indulgence where it is not due. Sri S. Selvagan Bati.
Honorable Chairman, sir, I would like to break the notice of this August House that the Union Territory of Puducherry has no public service commission like other states and UTs in our country. Public Service Commission, as like in other states, is to ensure the recruitment to various posts in Group A and Group B categories in government services will benefit the locals. There is a huge need of a separate public service commission, which is a major hindrance to the candidates belong to Union Territory of Puducherry in getting postings in Group A and Group B categories. Presently, Group A and Group B vacancies, such as medical officers, specialists in Department of Health, professors in the Department of Higher and Technical Education, Agriculture and Veterinary College, even vice principal in government higher secondary schools are filled only through the Union Public Service Commission. Since the process of recruitment of candidates has been entrusted to the UPSC, the selection of candidate is done on all India basis. Since the recruitment test is conducted at the national level, Puducherry youth has less employment opportunities. They have to compete at all India level for a job in their own hometown, and only a few have been able to make it. Many persons from other states who get posted to Puducherry, they are very much reluctant to work in Puducherry, especially they are posted in outlying regions of Karaikal, Mage and Enam. Often they resign or leave their posts and leave their hometown. This leads to large number of vacancies in different departments. Furthermore, the language is another barrier for the people who come from outside. Especially in schools, the vice principal is recruited by UPSC and they are not conversant in the local language, that is in Tamil. They are unable to communicate between the teachers and the students without knowing the local language. It creates vacuums and the problems of the students and teachers could not be assessed by the head of the institutions. Puducherry is competent to have its own employment legislation with the concurrence of the center for filling up Group A and B posts, only when it has its own public service commission. Therefore, I would request the Ministry of Home Affairs to kindly consider for setting up a separate public service commission in the Union Territory of Puducherry as like other states, since Puducherry is an union territory with a legislation. Thank you very much.
Sri P. Santosh Kumar.
I would like to draw the attention of this August House to the problems of gig workers in this country. According to the reports of Nidhi Aayog, we have at least 8 million gig workers, mainly food online workers in this country. So in many parts of this country, especially in Cochin, Bangalore, Ahmedabad, gig workers are on strike, and the demands are very genuine, and I urge the government's intervention through you to protect the basic labor and human interests of these gig workers. For example, they're getting just 5 rupees for a delivery, and with these 5 rupees, they have to pay the fuel charges also. So we don't have any laws to protect the genuine interests of these gig workers. And moreover, no ESI, no PF, nothing related to the social security is there. So there is an urgent need of government's intervention, and according to the government, Nidhi Aayog, there is a chance of the enhancement of this number. This number may expand to 24 million within 4 or 5 years. So at least the government should take necessary steps to convene the so-called country heads of these online platforms, and there must be an initiative to protect their interests. This is sort of.
Shri Jawar Sarkar.
Sir, thank you for the opportunity. I wish to draw the special attention of the House to the dire necessity of increasing the rates of reimbursement of treatment, medical tests, equipments, etc. under the central government health scheme. As you are aware, sir, about 2 crore people are involved, including members of this House who avail of the facility. Unfortunately, these rates were fixed about 10 years ago, 8 or 10 years ago, and I'll just give a small example. The scale of payment fixed for CGHS are totally unsatisfactory and below market rates. For example, an RCT or root canal treatment of the tooth that costs 8,000 rupees in the market is reimbursed for rupees 500 only. That's all. Somnographic test for sleep apnea is fixed by clinics all over India, 10,000 to 12,000. The reimbursement given to CGHS is 638 rupees. This is not only irrational, so this is totally unjust. It's a due of the members of this House. It's a due of about 2 crore government employees and pensioners. Lumbar puncture costs 8,000 to 10,000. CGHS gives 600 rupees. I can go on giving more examples, but the fact that I wish to raise to this House is that this gross injustice needs to be contested, and a resolution to prevail upon the health and finance ministries to revisit these rates, to make it somewhere logical. Somewhere logical. They are quite a joke now. With these words, I thank you, sir.
Shri M. Shanmugam.
Thank you, Chairman, sir. I want to raise the issue of the 67 lakhs employees provident pension scheme pensioners issue, sir. Their main demand is enhancement of minimum pension rupees 9,000 on the basis of recommendation of the OCRE committee. Number 2, payment of dearness allowance along with the pension neutralize the price index. Number 3, release the higher pension on actual salary as per the orders of the Honorable Apex Court on 4/10/2016 and 1/4/2019. Free medical treatment to all EPS 95 pensioners and their demands. Sir, there are about 67 lakhs EPS pensioners in the country are getting fixed pension ranging between rupees 400 to 4,000 per month without dearness allowance to neutralize the price index, and half of them are getting less than the 1,000 rupees pension in the leading very precarious life in the old age. Union government has enhanced minimum pension rupees 9,000 plus DA, TA for the retirees since 2016, whereas the EPS pensioners who have equal contribution sacrifice the growth of the development of the nation have been treated unequally, and rupees 1,000 fixed minimum monthly pension has been given to them with effect from 1/9/2014 without any enhancement yet. In the year 2013, Petition Committee of Rajya Sabha headed by Sri Bhagat Singh Gocharia in the report have recommended the payment of rupees 3,000 minimum pension EPS 95 pension plus DATA neutralize the price index. But the said report is yet to be implemented by the Union Government of India for enhancement of the pension even after the lapse of 8 years. It is also pertinent to mention that as of now, there is a concluded judgment for payment of higher pension and actual salary in the light of the direction of the Honorable Apex Court. Sir, regarding this pension, the contribution for the pension is 8.33% from the employee's salary. Only 1.16 only the government have to share for this. For that, it is very pitiable that government has to come forward and give the pension. Now, the 67 lakhs pensioners are agitating regarding this one. Thank you.
श्रीमती रंजीत रंजन।
धन्यवाद सभापति जी। मैं 23 नवंबर को जो एम्स में सर्वर हैकिंग का मामला है, जो पूरे देश की सुरक्षा से जुड़ा हुआ मामला है, उसके बारे में चर्चा करना चाह रही थी। आपका धन्यवाद। 23 नवंबर को एम्स के लगभग 5 जो डेटा कंप्यूटर है उसका मामला सामने आया है कि सर्वर को हैक कर लिया गया है। लगभग 5 करोड़ मरीजों का जो डेटा है उसके हैक करने की शंका सामने में आ रही है। और सबसे अहम बात यह है कि उसमें जो एम्स अस्पताल है, मामला इतना गंभीर है कि वहां पर सारे वीआईपीज भी, हमारे एक्स प्रधानमंत्री हो, पूर्व प्रधानमंत्री, मंत्री, कैबिनेट मंत्री और अभी हमारे प्रधानमंत्री का भी एक वार्ड होता है, स्पेशल बिल्डिंग होती है जिसमें उनके सारे मेडिकल डिटेल होते हैं, सारे मंत्रियों के मेडिकल डिटेल होते हैं, सारे पेशेंट के मेडिकल डिटेल्स होते हैं। तो ये सवाल उठता है कि 2021 में ही जब ये बात सामने आई थी और सीवाई फब ने ऑलरेडी मार्च 2021 में भारत को आगाह किया था कि आपके जितने भी इंडियन फार्मा है, जो हमारे सीरम है, बायोटेक है, पतंजलि है, डॉक्टर रेड्डीज है, अबॉर्ड इंडिया है, इन सब पे साइबर हैकिंग का खतरा मंडरा रहा था। आज पूरे वर्ल्ड में सबसे ज्यादा अगर कहीं पर हैकिंग हो रही है तो वो हेल्थ सेक्टर है, और अमेरिका के बाद इंडिया के हेल्थ सेक्टर पे सबसे ज्यादा हैकिंग का खतरा मंडरा रहा है। सभापति जी, आज जो एम्स में हुआ, क्या ये बात सच है कि अभी भी वहां पे जो काम हो रहे हैं वो मैनुअल हो रहे हैं? क्या सफदरजंग में भी हैकिंग की कोशिश की गई और कुछ जगह पे हैकिंग हुई है? जो हमारा ई हॉस्पिटल नेटवर्क है वो भी हैक हुआ है, जो बहुत ही खतरनाक है। मेरे मन में कुछ सवाल है कि आखिर उनका मकसद क्या था? मरीजों का आधार कार्ड, उनका मोबाइल नंबर, उनका ईमेल नंबर, क्योंकि आधार कार्ड से खाते जुड़े होते हैं और कई बार आपके बैंक फ्रॉड के भी मामले आए हैं। क्या एक बड़े लेवल पे ये तैयारी हो रही है? सर, ये बहुत गंभीर मामला है। कई साइबर एक्सपर्ट और इवन डिफेंस एक्सपर्ट भी ये कह चुके हैं कि ये खतरनाक साजिश है इंडिया के खिलाफ। इसमें कई करोड़ों लोगों के हनी ट्रैप हो सकते हैं, कई लोगों के खाते में फ्रॉड हो सकते हैं, और कई लोगों का आखिर ये क्या वजह है कि ये मेडिकल रिकॉर्ड क्यों लिया जा रहा है? क्या ये डार्क इंटरनेट से जुड़ा हुआ मामला है? सर, मैं चाहूंगी, इस पे बहुत गंभीर मामला है, सरकार इस पे प्लीज आज नहीं तो कल इस पे जवाब दे।
honorable members, on my own behalf and on behalf of the honorable members of the House, I have great pleasure in welcoming His Excellency Advocate Jacob Mudinda, Speaker of the Parliament of Republic of Zimbabwe. And members of the parliamentary delegation from Zimbabwe who are on a visit to India as our honored guests. The parliamentary delegation from Zimbabwe arrived in India on Monday, 5th December 2022, and are now seated in the special box. Besides Delhi, they shall also visit Agra on Saturday, 10th December 2022, before their final departure from India. We wish them happy and fruitful stay in our country. Through them, we convey our greetings and best wishes to the members of the Parliament, the government, and the friendly people of the Republic of Zimbabwe. श्रीमती शान्ता छेत्री।
धन्यवाद सर, मेरो आफ्नो मातृभाषामा बोल्ने मौका दिनुभएकोमा। र आज म विशेष गुरुत्वपूर्ण विषय लिएर म मेरो वक्तव्य राख्न चाहन्छु। र यसै वर्ष 2022 सालमा भारतका माननीय प्रधानमन्त्री नरेन्द्र मोदी ज्यूको अध्यक्षतामा युनियन क्याबिनेटले 4 राज्यका अनेकौं जातिलाई संविधानको जनजाति लिस्टमा हाल्न स्वीकृति दियो। सर, फेरि पनि भारतीय गोर्खा बाहेक धेरै जातिलाई जनजातिको लिस्टमा राखिने कार्य हुँदैछ। सर, भारत देशमा भारतीय गोर्खा मात्र होला जसलाई भारतका माननीय प्रधानमन्त्री अनि गृह मन्त्री स्वयंले छुटेको गोर्खाहरूलाई जनजाति बनाउनमा ठोस पहल गर्ने बाचा गर्नु भएको थियो। र सर, तपाईको माध्यमबाट म के भन्न चाहन्छु भन्दाखेरि केन्द्र सरकारले जनजातिको निम्ति 3 पल्ट कमिटी त बनाए, तर यी भारतीय गोर्खाहरूलाई आँखा छल्ने काम मात्र प्राप्त केही भएन। र जब पनि जनजातिको प्रश्न सोधिन्छ, आरजीआईबाट राज्यबाट दस्तावेज आउनुपर्छ भन्छ, तब 3 वटा कमिटी त्यस समय किन गठन गरियो? मेरो प्रश्न छ। र भारतको केन्द्रका ट्राइबल मिनिस्टरले पठाएको पत्र संख्या 16017/11/2022 CLM दिनांक 3/6/2022 मा उल्लेख गरिएको छ कि राज्यबाट पठाएको रिपोर्टलाई आरजीआईले मानिलिएन। र यसकारणले म भन्न चाहन्छु, आरजीआईले अहिलेसम्म यी 11 जात गोष्ठीलाई जनजाति बनाउन हेतु के कस्तो दस्तावेज संकलन गरेको छ, तथा राज्यहरूले पठाएको दस्तावेजलाई पनि सदनमा पेश गरायोस्, जसले गर्दा केन्द्र सरकारलाई यी जातिलाई जनजाति घोषित गर्न सहयोग मिल्नेछ। म आशा राख्छु चाँडै भन्दा पनि चाँडै यस विषयलाई तपाईहरुले ध्यान आकर्षण गरेर अनि यसको निर्णय लिनुहुन्छ भन्ने म आशा राख्दै मेरो वक्तव्य शेष गर्न चाहन्छु। धन्यवाद।
श्री वीरेंद्र प्रसाद बैश्य।
Thank you very much, sir. I am standing here today to pay our great homage to the great leader, great army chief, Mahavir Lasit Borphukan. Sir, country is today celebrating 400 years of birth century of Mahavir Lasit Borphukan, sir. I'm going to speaking about the 17th centuries of our country, sir. In 17th centuries, many parts of India was ruled by the Mughal. and Mughal Empire was led by, at that time, Aurangzeb. And according to history, history recognized Aurangzeb very highly, strong leader, powerful leader, and under his leadership, Mughal occupied almost every part of the India, sir. But in the 17th century, Assam was ruled by Sir Ahom Kingdom Sakradhar Singha. And Sakradhar Singha appointed Mahabir Lasit Barphukon is the army chief of Ahom Kingdom, sir. In the 17th century, sir, under the leadership of Ram Singh, great soldier, great Senapati, under the leadership of Ram Singh, Aurangzeb sent a huge army force to capture Assam, to capture Guwahati. But under the leadership of Mahabir Lasit Barphukon, Mughal failed to capture Guwahati, and under the leadership of Mahabir Lasit Barphukon, Assamese people, Assam, Ahom Kingdom defeated Sir Mughal, sir. Sir, Indian history, not only for Mughal, India history equally for Shivaji, equally Rana Pratap, and equally Lasit Barphukon, sir. Sir, history recognized Mughal for everything. History recognized Aurangzeb, sir. But history failed to recognize Mahabir Lasit Barphukon, sir. So I ask the House, kindly read up the Indian Constitution, and it should be included in our history, sir. Sir, I request the government kindly to read up the history, and you should try to include Mahabir Lasit Barphukon in the syllabus and curriculum in every Indian college, every university, and the people should know patriotism of Lasit Barphukon, who defeated Mughal. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Honorable Chairman. Today, I would like to mention the problem faced by some farmers in the northeastern state. I hope you may be aware that areca plantation is one of the biggest occupations of the northeastern state since many years ago. Especially areca plants are grown in the state of Mizoram and Tripura among the tribal areas in a large quantity, so that it is the main occupation for many tribal people in those areas. Unfortunately, Honorable Chairman, I want to inform this august House that the farmers of Mizoram and Tripura could not export their own areca product to the other states of India during this year. Their fresh areca production was stopped and seized by some government officials along the highway within the state of Assam, following the instruction given by the Ministry of Home Affairs, Government of India. This means that the instruction given by the Union government is a great loss for the tribal people living in the Northeast. In the meantime, dry areca of Southeast Asian products entered India through Myanmar in a bulk quantity, as report received from officials that the Union government is trying to stop the incoming of foreign dry areca products. Honorable Chairman, I highly appreciate that this foreign areca production smuggling must be stopped from entering our country. So I kindly request the Union government not to confuse our own areca product and foreign dry areca product. It is different thing. Foreign areca product is in the form of dry, but our own native products in the form of fresh one. We cannot confuse them. So there is no reason to stop the sales and seize the native areca product anywhere within Indian Union unless we are treating the northeastern India as a foreign country. Let the smuggling of foreign areca be stopped. In the meantime, let the native areca production be free. Thank you so much, sir.
Sri Sant Balbir Singh.
बहुत धन्यवाद चेयरमैन साहब थोड़ा तुसी समा दिता ਅਸੀਂ ਪਾਣੀਆਂ ਦੀ ਗੱਲ ਕਰਨਾ ਚਾਹੁੰਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਕਿ ਪਾਣੀ ਮੁੱਕ ਰਿਹਾ ਪਾਣੀ ਸੁੱਕ ਰਿਹਾ ਪੰਜਾਬ ਦੀ ਧਰਤੀ ਪੰਜਾਂ ਦਰਿਆਵਾਂ ਦੀ ਧਰਤੀ ਬੇਆਬ ਹੋ ਰਹੀ ਹੈ ਸੋ ਜਿੱਥੋਂ ਤੱਕ ਪਾਣੀ ਦੇ ਹਾਲਾਤ ਆ 19 ਦੀ ਰਿਪੋਰਟ 19 ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਤਾਮਿਲਨਾਡੂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਟ੍ਰੇਨਾਂ 50 ਬੋਗੀਆਂ ਦੀ ਟ੍ਰੇਨ ਵੀ ਪਾਣੀ ਨੂੰ ਸਪਲਾਈ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਚੱਲੀ ਸੀ। ਇਸੇ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ 21 ਸੂਬਿਆਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ 10 ਕਰੋੜ ਲੋਕ ਪੀਣ ਵਾਲੇ ਪਾਣੀ ਦੇ ਸੰਕਟ ਨਾਲ ਜੂਝ ਰਹੇ ਆ। ਨੀਤੀ ਆਯੋਗ ਦੀ ਸਨ 18-19 ਦੀ ਰਿਪੋਰਟ ਮੁਤਾਬਕ ਹਰ ਸਾਲ 2 ਲੱਖ ਲੋਕ ਪੀਣ ਵਾਲੇ ਸਾਫ਼ ਪਾਣੀ ਨਾ ਮਿਲਣ ਕਰਕੇ ਮੌਤ ਦਾ ਸ਼ਿਕਾਰ ਹੋ ਰਹੇ ਆ। ਨੀਤੀ ਆਯੋਗ ਦੀ 2020 ਦੀ ਰਿਪੋਰਟ ਮੁਤਾਬਕ 2030 ਤੱਕ ਕੁੱਲ ਆਬਾਦੀ ਦਾ 40% ਹਿੱਸਾ ਪੀਣ ਵਾਲੇ ਪਾਣੀ ਤੋਂ ਵਾਂਝਾ ਹੋ ਜਾਊਗਾ। ਸੋ ਸੈਂਟਰ ਗਰਾਊਂਡ ਵਾਟਰ ਬੋਰਡ ਜੋ 5 ਸਾਲ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਰਿਪੋਰਟ ਦਿੱਤੀ ਸੀ, ਪੰਜਾਬ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ 2039 ਤੱਕ ਧਰਤੀ ਹੇਠਲਾ ਪਾਣੀ 300 ਮੀਟਰ ਭਾਵ 1000 ਫੁੱਟ ਥੱਲੇ ਚਲ ਜੂਗਾ ਤੇ ਜਿਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਭਾਰੀਆਂ ਧਾਤਾਂ ਦਾ ਖਤਰਾ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਖੇਤੀ ਹੈ ਤਾਂ ਦੂਰ ਦੀ ਗੱਲ 1000 ਫੁੱਟ ਤੋਂ ਪਾਣੀ ਕੱਢ ਕੇ ਪਾਣੀ ਕਿਵੇਂ ਖੇਤੀ ਕੀਤੀ ਜਾ ਸਕਦੀ ਹੈ। ਪੰਜਾਬ ਖੇਤੀ ਪ੍ਰਧਾਨ ਸੂਬਾ ਤੇ ਪਾਣੀ ਨੂੰ ਦੇ ਜਿਸ ਅਨੁਸਾਰ ਚੱਲ ਰਿਹਾ ਪਾਣੀ ਮੁੱਕ ਰਿਹਾ ਪਾਣੀ ਸੁੱਕ ਰਿਹਾ। ਪੰਜਾਬ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ 80% ਜਿਹੜਾ ਪਾਣੀ ਆ ਖੇਤੀ ਆ ਉਹ ਧਰਤੀ ਥੱਲੋਂ ਪਾਣੀ ਕੱਢ ਕੇ ਮੋਟਰਾਂ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਖੇਤੀ ਕੀਤੀ ਜਾਂਦੀ ਹੈ। ਸਿਰਫ 20% ਖੇਤੀ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਆ ਉਹ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਹੈ ਨਹਿਰੀ ਪਾਣੀ ਨਾਲ ਕੀਤੀ ਜਾ ਰਹੀ ਹੈ। ਨੀਤੀ ਆਯੋਗ ਦੀ ਰਿਪੋਰਟ ਅਨੁਸਾਰ ਪੰਜਾਬ ਦੇ 133 ਬਲਾਕਾਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚੋਂ 109 ਬਲਾਕ ਡਾਰਕ ਜ਼ੋਨ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਆ ਗਏ, ਭਾਵ ਉੱਥੇ ਪਾਣੀ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਹੈ ਪਹੁੰਚ ਤੋਂ ਦੂਰ ਹੋ ਗਿਆ। ਸੋ ਅਸੀਂ ਆਪ ਜੀ ਦਾ ਧਿਆਨ ਵਿੱਚ ਲਿਆਉਣਾ ਚਾਹੁੰਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਕਿ ਸਾਡੇ ਵੱਡੇ ਵਡੇਰਿਆਂ ਨੇ ਪਾਣੀ ਦੇ ਭੰਡਾਰ ਸੰਭਾਲ ਕੇ ਰੱਖੇ, ਅੱਜ ਪਾਣੀ ਮੁੱਕ ਰਿਹਾ। ਗੁਰੂ ਨਾਨਕ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਨੇ ਆਪਣੀ ਬਾਣੀ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਪਵਨ ਗੁਰੂ ਪਾਣੀ ਪਿਤਾ ਮਾਤਾ ਧਰਤ ਮਹੱਤ ਪਹਿਲਾ ਪਾਣੀ ਜੀਓ ਹੈ ਜਿਤ ਹਰਿਆ ਸਭ ਕੋਏ ਜੀਵਨ ਦਾ ਆਧਾਰ। ਜੇਕਰ ਪਾਣੀ ਨਾ ਬਚਿਆ ਤੇ ਫਿਰ ਵੇਖੋ ਪੰਜਾਬ ਨੇ ਪੂਰੇ ਭਾਰਤ ਦਾ ਅਨਾਜ ਦਾ ਢਿੱਡ ਭਰਿਆ। ਅੱਜ ਪਾਣੀ ਮੁੱਕ ਰਿਹਾ ਪਾਣੀ ਸੁੱਕ ਰਿਹਾ। ਅਸੀਂ ਬੇਨਤੀ ਕਰਾਂਗੇ ਕਿ ਪਾਣੀਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਬਚਾਉਣ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਉੱਥੇ ਪੰਜਾਬ ਸਰਕਾਰ ਦੀ ਕਿਸਾਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਮਦਦ ਕੀਤੀ ਜਾਵੇ ਤਾਂ ਕਿ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਹੈਗੀ ਆ ਪੰਜਾਬ ਹੱਸਦਾ ਵਸਦਾ ਰਹਿ ਸਕੇ। ਥੈਂਕ ਯੂ, ਧੰਨਵਾਦ।
Sri Waiko.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman, sir. I would like to draw the attention of the House to you to a serious problem faced by the fishermen of Tamil Nadu. Apart from the fishermen of Sri Lanka, what they are facing there here from Tamil Nadu, for the past 45 years, more than 800 fishermen have been killed by the Sri Lankan Navy. Repeatedly they came, it is continuously attacking our Tamil fishermen. So many were dead and thousands of fishermen were brutally attacked and their boats and fishing trawlers were damaged and fishing nets destroyed. They have not given any compensation to the next of kin of fishermen who were shot dead. Recently they have started capturing the boats and put them onto action. Unfortunately, it has become a serious story and demonstrations and agitations are going continuously, peacefully by the Tamil Nadu fishermen. There have been several incidents of Sri Lankan Navy personnel even firing at Indian fishermen in the Pak Strait and seizing their boats, damaging their boats and high-handedness by the Sri Lankan forces. In the months of October and November 2022 also, Sri Lankan Navy continued its acts of infringement upon the traditional rights of our fishermen in the Pak Strait, which is a challenge to the Union of India. Recently, 14 fishermen were arrested by the Sri Lankan Navy. The frequent arrests and seizure of boats has shattered the livelihood of many fishermen. I would urge upon the Union government to take urgent steps to secure the early release of all the fishermen and their boats unconditionally. The government should also put diplomatic pressure on the Sri Lankan government for giving compensation and solution to the next of kin who were shot dead and damaged, boats damaged by the Sri Lankan Navy. They should hold a high-level talk to find a permanent solution to this non-stop harassment by the Sri Lankan Navy. Thank you very much, sir.
I already indicated that those of the members who seek to associate may send information to the table office. Srimati Seema Dwivedi.
माननीय सभापति महोदय, आपने बोलने का अवसर दिया, इसके लिए आपको बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। माननीय अध्यक्ष जी, एक ऐसे विषय पर मैं आपका ध्यान आकृष्ट करना चाहती हूँ। गोरखपुर से प्रयागराज जोड़ने के लिए एकमात्र रास्ता है और उस रास्ते पर मुगराबाद शाहपुर एक रेलवे स्टेशन है, उसके बगल से बाईपास बनने की बहुत आवश्यकता है। महोदय, मैं आपको बताना चाहती हूँ कि प्रयागराज में लोग महाकुंभ का मेला भी लगता है और महोदय उच्च न्यायालय भी है, मेडिकल कॉलेज भी है, यूनिवर्सिटी भी है। तमाम लोग दवाइयों के लिए, पढ़ाइयों के लिए और गंगा जी में स्नान करने के लिए तमाम लोग जाते रहते हैं। लेकिन महोदय इतना भयंकर वहाँ पर जाम लगता है, कम से कम 1.5 घंटे जाम लगने के कारण मुगराबाद शाहपुर हमारी नगर पालिका भी है और बहुत सारे वहाँ पर व्यापारी हैं, जिसको देखते हुए महोदय बहुत ही कष्ट का अनुभव करना पड़ता है। मैं इस विषय को कई बार सदन में उठा चुकी हूँ, लेकिन पता नहीं क्या कारण है कि ये बाईपास नहीं बन पा रहा है। मेरा आपसे अनुरोध है कि प्रत्येक दशा में अगली बार जब हमारा सत्र आए तो हम ये कह सकें कि वहाँ पर हमारा काम प्रारंभ हो गया है। ये माननीय बहुत ही जनहित का मामला है और बहुत सैकड़े लोगों का वहाँ पर आना जाना रहता है। अभी कुंभ का मेला लगेगा, लोग कहाँ से पतित पावनी गंगा में जाएंगे स्नान करने के लिए। मुझे मैं आपसे अनुरोध करती हूँ कि सरकार का ध्यान इस पर आकृष्ट करके प्रत्येक दशा पर वहाँ पर बाईपास का काम प्रारंभ हो जाए। आपने महोदय मुझे बोलने का अवसर दिया, आपको बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद।
डॉक्टर शांतनु सेन।
Thank you very much, sir. Sir, as we know that huge number of passengers travel by railway. When Madam Mamata Banerjee was the then rail minister, she started one project called Ijjat Monthly, by the help of which one person used to travel 100 kilometers per day by spending only 25 rupees per day for the entire month. Now we know that major part of the rail is being privatized, and the rail ticket and the monthly ticket and platform tickets, they are becoming high day by day. So my humble submission before my government is, considering the poor section of the commuters who travel by railway every day, please start one scheme like Ijjat Monthly or whatever, which can benefit them, and by paying a small amount, they can travel a significant distance per day. Thank you so much, sir.
Honorable members, our question hour is very important. Question hour gives an opportunity to enforce accountability. And it is most productive where more questions are traversed. And that happens when there is pointed response and pointed supplementaries. I'm sure we'll bear that in mind. Question hour, question number 16, Shri A.A. Rahim. First supplementary.
Sir, may I read the first sentence of your answer? Employment and retrenchment, including layoffs, are a regular phenomena in industrial establishment. Sir, this is quite unfortunate answer, and this is quite evasive. Sir, what is the role of the government in this particular circumstances, especially in the area of layoff in the IT sector? Layoffs and retrenchment of the IT sector is a very grave issue in the country. Sir, very proudly, we can say that the Kerala government set up a welfare and protect scheme for this particular IT sector. My question is that, does the ministry have details of which states have such funds, such schemes? And does the union government intend to set up such a scheme for welfare for the IT employees?
Honorable Minister.
माननीय सभापति महोदय, जहाँ तक ले ऑफ का विषय है, इंडस्ट्रियल डिस्प्यूट एक्ट के सेक्शन 2 ट्रिपल के में ले ऑफ की परिभाषा और तरीका दिया गया है और जहां तक इसके संबंध में कार्रवाई करने का प्रश्न है, जो राज्य कॉम्पिटेंट अथॉरिटी है वो इसके संबंध में कार्रवाई करने के अधिकारी हैं। जो भी आईटी फर्म्स जिन राज्यों में है वहां के जो कॉम्पिटेंट अथॉरिटी है वो ले ऑफ पे कार्रवाई करती है और यही मैंने अपने उत्तर में दिया है।
Second supplementary.
Sir, again, unfortunately, sorry to say that, sir, one line, may I read this, the very operational part of this answer. As per the ID Act, establishments employing 100 persons or more are required to seek prior permission of the appropriate government. You mentioned this act here, your answer. Sir, this is the problem is that it has been said that the IT companies do a workaround methodology to avoid this legal issue of mass layoffs by forcing IT employees to resign voluntarily. Sir, this is the issue. Sir, this is the issue. Is this culture under the notice of the government of Union of India? If yes, what are the methods adopted to regulate this culture?
Honorable Minister.
माननीय सदस्य ने जो प्रश्न पूछा है, एक शिकायत नेसेंट इंफॉर्मेशन टेक्नोलॉजी एम्प्लॉयज सीनेट की तरफ से 19/11/2022 को मंत्रालय को प्राप्त हुई थी और मंत्रालय ने भी बेंगलोर के फील्ड ऑफिसर चीफ लेबर कमिश्नर के माध्यम से जो संबंधित कंपनी है उनको नोटिस भेजा था। नोटिस भेजने के बाद कंप्लेनेंट स्वयं नहीं आए, लेकिन कंपनी के लोग वहां पर उपस्थित हुए थे और उन्होंने अपने जवाब में ये बताया कि उन्होंने वॉलंटरी सेपरेशन प्रोग्राम जो है वो शुरू किया था, जो किसी भी प्रकार से फोर्सफुल नहीं था। वो कर्मचारियों को स्वेच्छा से वो अपना स्वेच्छा से अगर वो छोड़ना चाहे तो वही प्रोग्राम था और वो भी केवल 30/11/2022 तक था। मामले का पूरा संज्ञान लिया गया है, किसी भी प्रकार से कोई फोर्सफुल ले ऑफ नहीं था।
Dola Sen.
Thank you, Chairman, sir, for giving me the permission. My supplementary question ये है कि हम आपके माध्यम से मिनिस्टर साहब से जानना चाहते हैं कि जो सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट कंसर्न में डिसइन्वेस्टमेंट कॉर्पोरेटाइजेशन हो रहा है, ऑर्डिनेंस फैक्ट्री बोर्ड, BSNL एटसेट्रा, उसकी वर्कर्स को जब जो यूपीएससी एग्जाम के बाद जॉब मिला उसको भी कंपल्शन होना पड़ रहा कि ट्रांसफर होने का और VRS लेने का, तो वो तो वर्चुअली रिट्रेंचमेंट और ले ऑफ की तरह ही हो रहा है। तो उसके बारे में कैसे, हाउ द मिनिस्टर विल जस्टिफाई that no retrenchment and layoff in the central government employees, and moreover वर्क विषय जो में जो काम करते हैं वो वर्कर के लिए भी रिसेंट ले ऑफ के बारे में मिनिस्टर साहब क्या आप बताएंगे, और सरकार ये अदर कंट्री में जो एम्प्लॉय काम करते इसके ऊपर क्या साजिश लेगी। ऑनरेबल मिनिस्टर।
माननीय सभापति महोदय, इंडस्ट्रियल डिस्प्यूट एक्ट के सेक्शन 2KK में ले ऑफ और 200 में रिट्रेचमेंट की पूरी परिभाषा तय की गई है। अगर कोई भी संस्थान में माननीय सदस्य के संबंध में कोई ऐसी सूचना है जो उनके पास है और कहीं पर कानून का पालन नहीं करेंगे तो वो निश्चित रूप से हमारे संज्ञान में लाएंगे, तो कार्रवाई करेंगे।
श्री S. सेल्वा गनाबी। श्रीमती रंजीत रंजन।
मैं आपके माध्यम से मंत्री साहब से पूछना चाहती हूँ कि क्या बहुराष्ट्रीय और भारतीय कंपनियों ने अपनी अपनी कंपनियों में बड़े पैमाने पर की जा रही श्रमिकों की छटनी करने के भारत में लागू जो विभिन्न कानून है क्या उसका पालन किया है? यदि नहीं तो सरकार ने ऐसी कितनी कंपनियों को कानून के विरुद्ध की गई श्रमिकों की छटनी के संबंध में नोटिस जारी किया है? यदि हाँ तो उसका प्लीज विस्तृत ब्यौरा दे, अगर नहीं तो उसका क्या कारण है? धन्यवाद।
माननीय सभापति महोदय, जहां तक बहुराष्ट्रीय कंपनियों का सवाल है, जो बहुराष्ट्रीय कंपनियां एक से अधिक राज्यों में और 10 से ज्यादा एम्प्लॉय होते हैं, उनके नियमों का पालन केवल पेमेंट ऑफ ग्रेच्युटी एक्ट 1972 के अंतर्गत केंद्र सरकार द्वारा कराया जाता है। शेष उनकी सारी शर्तों का पालन संबंधित राज्य सरकारों के द्वारा की जाती है और हमारा लेबर मंत्रालय की जो वार्षिक रिपोर्ट आती है उससे हर राज्य से रिपोर्ट लेकर प्रस्तुत किया जाता है।
Honorable members, I find that when we are having a discussion on a particular question, some members raise their hands. We have a mechanism that those of you who seek information from the Honorable Minister on that particular question may send your slips to the table office. That is being done by most of you. Some of you may do the same. 17. So what do we do? Honorable Minister.
Chairman, sir.
Shri Sasmit Patra.
Honorable Chairman, sir, thank you for this opportunity. The Honorable Minister has given a very detailed reply, and I thank him for that. It's specific to Odisha that I want to raise this question. Honorable Minister has mentioned that at the Paradip port of Odisha, the relative sea level change has been 1.03 millimeters per year for the duration of year 1966 to 2005. And the NDMA therefore has constructed a saline embankment in the state of Odisha to avoid the flooding and ingress of salinity. My specific question to the Honorable Minister would be to give details regarding the saline embankment in the state of Odisha. What is the length of it and how does it help protect the coast of Odisha from the ingress of salinity and avoid the flooding with respect to the relative sea level change? Thank you.
Honorable Minister.
Chairman, sir, since the question was in general not pertaining to Odisha, but I would not mind coming to that. But before that, I would just like to share with this august House that considering the issue of erosion, which the Honourable Member has very wisely raised and which is often not discussed either in public debates or even in the Parliament, the National Disaster Management Authority has recently taken two initiatives broadly, which apply to all the coastal states, including Odisha. Aid that to formulate a national policy to address the present as well as the future related erosions through mitigation and rehabilitation. So that would also, to an extent, address the concern raised by the Honourable Member. And mitigation policy, which clearly defines the localized interventions required to reduce the erosion. And secondly, at the same time, they have also floated a fund, which is known as the National Disaster Mitigation Fund, under Section 47, bracket A of the Disaster Management Act of 2005. So this fund is exclusively meant for the purpose of mitigation in respect of disasters covered under the Disaster Management Act. So having said that, now as far as the erosions are concerned, in general, before that I would also mention over here that this is the government which has for the first time given due consideration to the ocean-related and coastal-related concerns. Only recently we had the world's largest coastal cleanup campaign because we have the longest coastal area, 7,500 kilometers, and we have an ocean which is named after the country called the Indian Ocean. So we had the 75-day campaign which began on 3rd July, culminated on the 17th of September on the International Coastal Cleanup Day. And this is also the first government which is now seeking to explore the ocean resources. I might reiterate in this House a very significant fact that the Honourable Prime Minister not once but twice from the ramparts of Red Fort in his Independence Day address has referred to what is now being described as the Deep Ocean Mission, which is being launched by the Ministry of Earth Sciences. He spoke about it in the Independence Day of 2021. He again reiterated in 2022 just to emphasize, because the future 25 years, the entire economy of India is going to be supplemented from these ocean resources, which are both living as well as non-living, the living being the fishery, etc., the non-living being the minerals, metals. So the huge property line. No, I'll come to that. I'm just, I'm educating you. I'm educating you before educating him. Now, coming specifically, though I could have, I hope Mr. Jaira will appreciate, I could have easily escaped out of this question, because it's not per se Odisha related. But I'm offering myself, so I hope you'll appreciate that, instead of, being sarcastic about it.
Minister,
so I will mention.
One second. I would urge that keep in mind the chairman.
Yes.
If there is an issue between the honorable minister and the member, I am to be the platform.
Yes, sir.
And these are the days where electronic platforms are extremely effective and impactful.
Yes.
Let us believe in the human platform also.
Yes, sir. So, Chairman,
Honorable
sir,
Minister.
though the question was not Odisha specific, but I am responding to that. Odisha has a coast of 550 kilometers long, and I am glad that compared to the honourable member who asked it, the others are more interested, even from down south. So, 550 kilometers long is your coastal area. 26% erosion has occurred. 23% is stable. 51% is already in the process of being covered. The sea level rise was 1.03 millimeter in the last about 30 years, beginning from 1966 to 2005. Puri district has the erosion maximum of 15%, stable 70%, and it's being taken care of 78%. And all these other measures which are being taken in respect of other coastal areas are being taken here also. So I have exceeded my brief, Chairman, sir. Thank you.
Mr. P. Wilson.
Sir, both in Chennai as well as Karaikal, the Indian Meteorological Department is utilizing worn-out equipments, and even I would say it's outdated equipments, which is wrongly recording the weather conditions. It so happens, sir, in November and December, the weather department said it is a sunny day, but we received heavy floods on that day. Sir, have you taken any steps to replace these worn-out equipments with the updated latest equipments? Thank you, Chairman, sir.
Honorable Minister.
The honourable member is well taken. Of course, it was pointed out. I personally visited that spot also. We have one of the oldest setups over there at Chennai near the harbour. And it is in the process of being replaced, updated, because this updating has to go on from time to time. Because the technology is changed, we move over to the next generation. Like now we don't no longer use lighthouses. We have one of the finest lighthouse for ship movement in Chennai, which is no longer now because we have other means. So similarly, it is in the process.
Shri John Britas.
Thank you, Chairman. Sir, when we lose 1 inch of land at the border at LC or LOC, these are headlines. But we lose hectares of land at the coastline. For example, in Kerala, during the last 1 decade, as per the study by the Kerala University, more than 700 acres of land has been lost to the sea. And 41% of the coastline of Kerala is vulnerable. I would like to know from the Minister, does the Centre has a specific plan to ensure that our precious land is not lost and the lives and livelihood of the people are not affected? Thank you, sir.
Yeah, Chairman, sir, the member's concern is well taken. There are certain specific issues related to Kerala. One of them, what is popularly described in Malayalam language is Kalla Kadal, if I pronounce that rightly, is they have these 12 waves happening almost every year. Kalla Kadal, is it?
No.
What is, how do you use? I wrote it in English. Okay. So
Mr. Muralidharan should teach you some Malayalam.
Okay. So thanks for correcting me. So what I am saying is that it's happening almost every year, and the institute related there, the Information Ocean Institute in China, in Chennai, has now developed pre-warning devices for that, and is also taking steps to develop some remedial measures. Because I agree with him that this part of the coast is a little more vulnerable for its own reasons.
Question number 18, Shri Sujit Kumar.
Number 18.
Honorable Minister.
Statements laid on the table.
Supplementary one.
Sir, in our country we have something called the Antiquities and the Art Treasures Act of 1972, wherein there is a penalty of up to 3 years for anyone trying to export any antiquity or art treasure. Sir, in my view, this is pretty inadequate because these antiquities and treasures of ours are priceless. So, sir, will the government consider amending this act to increase the penalty provision and make it very stringent so that instead of 3 years, we can enhance it up to 10 years of penalty, which will deter the antisocial elements and the criminal elements who are stealing and exporting these antiquities of ours to other countries.
Honorable Minister.
Already being worked at, and we'll inform the member also. The work is in progress on this ground. We are already working on the amendments to this act.
Second supplementary.
As per the government reports, there are close to 4,400,000 heritage structures and ancient temples in our country, and 22,000 of these are in the state of Odisha. Now, sir, I would like to know from the Honorable Minister whether there is any proposal to formulate a national heritage protection policy, because we do not have any such policy as on date, and whether the government will consider creating a database to, sir, document all these ancient treasures of ours, and we can use modern technologies like blockchain to do so.
Thank you very much, sir. Honorable Chairman, sir, this is under national mission for tabulating all these acts and artifacts is already a work in progress. The work is being undertaken, and that's how these antiquities have already been listed. And members, right, it is more than 3 lakh, close to 4 lakh pieces and above, which have been documented in particular state, and overall 8 lakhs and above. So far as data management and blockchain technology, etc. is concerned, that work is also being undertaken, and for other aspects as well, we are in touch with IIT Delhi, and that project is being worked at.
Shri N.R. Ilango.
Honorable Chairman, sir. Sir, the copper plate of Rajendra Chola, which mentions about the grant given to Buddhism by his father, Rajaraja Chola, those copper plates are now in Leiden Museum. They are now called as Leiden plates. Similarly, copper plates of the Pandya kings, which are called as Velvikudi plates, are in London Museum. Will the minister please to state what are the steps taken by this ministry to bring back those copper plates to India, and what is the progress on it? Thank you.
Honorable Chairman, sir, we have been in touch through the MEA with these governments, and we are constantly working to retrieve them and bring them back. And that is again a constant process which our ministry is working at, and both ministries are coordinating, because as a policy, post UNESCO convention, these have been acted upon, and post 2014, 229 artifacts have been brought back by the country. Earlier, before this period, from 47 till 2014, only 11 artifacts were brought back. So it's only a matter of record that this is how government's operating right now.
Shri Rakesh Sinha.
मैं मंत्री जी से जानना चाहता हूं कि दुनिया के 81 देशों में हमारे एंटिक्विटीज पड़े हुए हैं। क्या भारत सरकार कोई इस तरह का सर्वे कराएगी कि इनकी संख्या क्या है और किस किस समय ये एंटिक्विटीज गए हैं, और इनमें से कितने को वापस लाने के लिए कोई संधि हो या हम दूसरे रास्ते से उसे अपने देश में वापस लाएं? धन्यवाद।
ऑनरेबल चेयरमैन सर, इसके ऊपर यूनेस्को की कन्वेंशन है और उसके कई आर्टिकल्स हैं। उन आर्टिकल्स के मुताबिक जिन भी देशों ने उस पर संधि पर हस्ताक्षर किए हैं, वो ड्यूटी बाउंड है रिट्रीव करने के लिए, और लगातार भारत सरकार इस काम में जुटी हुई है। अगर ऐसा नहीं होता तो 2014 से अब तक 229 के आसपास जो आर्टिफैक्ट्स आए हैं, 223, वो सबसे अधिक 14 के बाद अब तक आए हैं, और उससे पहले केवल 11 लौटे हैं। इसमें जो सबसे बड़ी दिक्कत है वो ये है कि ASI जो आर्कियोलॉजिकल सर्वे ऑफ इंडिया है, अगर वहां से कोई आर्टिफैक्ट जाता है तो उसकी एफआईआर आदि होती है जिसका हमारे पास डॉक्यूमेंट डॉजियर होता है, लेकिन जब राज्य सरकारों के माध्यम से कुछ आर्टिफैक्ट जाते हैं उसका डॉजियर डॉक्यूमेंट एफआईआर हम लोगों के पास नहीं होती, और जो प्रोसेस है उसकी सीबीआई को इन्फॉर्म करने की, कस्टम एजेंसीज को इन्फॉर्म करने की, अन्य प्रोसेसेस वो भी बहुत सीरियसली नहीं लिया गया। तो इस कारण से हम सफर कर रहे हैं, क्योंकि उसको प्रूव करना होता है, उसकी एविडेंस देनी होती है, उसकी डॉक्यूमेंटेशन होती है, और कई बार एंटीक्विटीज लिस्टेड एंटीक्विटीज भी नहीं है और उनकी चोरी भी कहीं लिस्टेड नहीं है, तो थोड़ी दिक्कतें आ रही हैं, लेकिन बावजूद उसके हम लोग इस पर कार्यरत हैं।
श्री राधा मोहन दास अग्रवाल।
महोदय, भारत के प्रथम राष्ट्रपति भारत रत्न राजेंद्र प्रसाद जी को 26 जनवरी 1950 को एक विशेष घड़ी प्रस्तुत की गई थी। देश में ऐसी सिर्फ 2 घड़ियां थीं, एक उन्हें दी गई और एक तत्कालीन प्रधानमंत्री को दी गई। वो घड़ी सदाकत आश्रम के म्यूजियम में रखी गई थी, वहाँ से वो घड़ी गायब हो गई। 2011 में जेनेवा की एक संस्था, नीलाम करने वाली संस्था स्टोथबाई ने उसको नीलाम करने का प्रयास किया। राजेंद्र प्रसाद के प्रपौत्र गोरखपुर के रहने वाले हैं, उन्होंने बहुत तेजी से काम किया और वहाँ के एम्बेसडर को ये सूचना पहुँचाई, ये नीलामी रुक गई। लेकिन न जाने किन कारणों से नीलामी तो रुकी, लेकिन वो घड़ी वापस में सरकार के जानकारी में होने के बावजूद वो वापस नहीं लाई गई। माननीय मंत्री जी से आपके माध्यम से मैं जानना चाहूँगा कि क्या उतनी महत्वपूर्ण घड़ी जो राष्ट्रीय अस्मिता से जुटी हुई है, सरकार इसे संज्ञान में लेगी, उसे खोज करके भारतवर्ष से वापस लाने और सदाकत आश्रम तक पहुंचाने का प्रयास करेगी।
अध्यक्ष जी, मेरे को इसकी स्पेसिफिक केस की जानकारी नहीं है, वो प्राप्त करके मैं आपको सूचना अवश्य दूंगी। और अगर वो रुकी है ऑक्शन, तो जाहिर तौर पर उसमें भारत सरकार का हस्तक्षेप के बिना वो हो नहीं सकता। तो भारत सरकार ने इस पर काम किया, लेकिन आज उसकी क्या स्थिति है और क्या डॉक्यूमेंटेशन है, मैं वो इंफॉर्मेशन लेकर पास ऑन कर दूंगी।
क्वेश्चन नंबर 19, श्री हरभजन सिंह।
नमस्कार सर। सर, मेरा जो प्रश्न मैंने पूछा था विदेश मंत्री जी से, जी, क्वेश्चन नंबर 19।
Honorable Minister.
Answer is laid on the table of the House.
Supplementary one.
Sir, I'm quite satisfied with the answer.
Right. Well, one of the ablest bowlers is satisfied with the batsman. Shri M. Thambidurai.
Thank you, Chairman, sir.
Sir, you can be umpire. Because when batsman and bowler have settled the issue.
Sir, the minister replied in that he stated that Immigration Act 1983, only those recruiting agents that are registered with the Ministry of External Affairs are permitted to recruit Indian citizens for overseas employment. And also he has said, it has been noticed that several travel agents with a license from state government are also conducting the business of manpower recruiting for overseas, which is illegal. Sir, when he said like that, we have come across so many problems in the country, especially in Tamil Nadu. Recently, we have seen some kind of problem, recruited and taken to Thailand, then come to Burma, and suffered a lot. And we requested central government at that time to help us to bring that labor from that side. Whether I want to know from the minister, sir, when there is the employment exchange, yes, the officers are there, why can't you allow those agencies to recruit instead of private agencies, whether registering or not, whether...
Honorable Minister.
Permission, I would like to inform the honourable member that before I come to the specific issue of the those who have been taken to Thailand from Tamil Nadu as well as from other states, I would like to inform the House that we have a very large migrant population. We have a diaspora of 32 million. And during the last 8 years, the government has been making all efforts to see that and to facilitate the overseas, those who are desirous of taking up overseas employment. They are facilitated. The passport services have gone up by 500% during the last 8.5 years, from 110 officers to more than 500 officers, where the processing of passport services are being done. On the specific case of the issue of illegal recruiting agencies, sir, I would like to submit through you that even though the recruiting agencies have to be registered with the Ministry of External Affairs, any illegal recruiting agency or any agency who is involved in recruiting people, that comes under the law and order, which is under the domain of the state government. So, on behalf of the state of the MEA, on the part of MEA, we inform the state governments to take due prosecutional efforts as activities, and during the last few years, we have such more than 2,000 cases which have been brought to the notice of the state governments. And I would also like to mention that the state governments should be more proactive in taking up those cases to a logical end. Coming to the issue of the people who have been taken to Thailand, we are aware that 114 persons from Tamil Nadu were taken, but most of those cases were recruited through social media, not through any recruiting agency. But in spite of that, the government of India and through our embassy there, with the cooperation of the Thailand as well as Burmese authorities, we have been able to bring back more than 250 people who were taken illegally back to India.
Srimati Fozia Khan.
Thank you, sir. Sir, through you, I would like to ask the Honorable Minister that there's an Urdu daily called Siyasat. It has reported that about 4,000 Indians are languishing in the prisons of Gulf countries, with Saudi Arabia being the highest number, mostly because of the crimes committed under the kafala system. So, what measures can the government take to bring these people back, along with regulating the travel agencies to facilitate such immigration in the first place, sir? I would also like to ask the Minister whether the government might think about trackable passports by installing microchips in the Indian passports with the use of emerging technologies to stop illegal immigration of Indians traveling across borders.
Yes, like we did in 2,000 rupees. Sir, regarding the honorable members' question regarding Indians in the jails abroad, through you, I would like to inform the honorable member that government is making all efforts for a safe and secure return of every Indian who is in any problem abroad. And those who are in the legal process, we need to pursue the legal process, and our missions have been helping our Indian diaspora, members of the Indian diaspora who are in jails, who are facing difficulties, including providing legal aid to them. So all efforts are being undertaken for their release through the legal means that is there in that country.
Shri Imran Pratapgadi.
पूछना चाहता हूं कि यूएसए की जो नई वीजा पॉलिसी है उसमें भारतीयों के लिए 3 साल की लंबी वेटिंग रखी गई है। एक बड़ा तबका यूएसए जाता है भारत से, तो मैं माननीय मंत्री जी से जानना चाहता हूं कि इस 3 साल के लंबे इंतजार और इसकी वेटिंग को कम करने के लिए क्या कोई वार्ता हो रही है, कोई बातचीत हो रही है, कोई प्रयास हो रहा है या नहीं?
even though, through you, I would like to submit that even though this supplementary is not part of the topic that has been raised as the main question, I would like to inform that the granting of visa is a sovereign right of a particular country, of that country. But in spite of that, I would like to inform that the government under Prime Minister Narendra Modi has been taking up the issue of granting of visa. Is the process of visa granting bilaterally with every country, especially with USA?
Honorable members, it is music to my ears when honorable members ask questions through me and respond through me. Honorable Minister has done it, exemplifying this wholesome situation. Question number 20, Professor Manoj Kumar Jha. Honorable Minister. Supplementary one.
Thank you, Honorable Chairman, sir. My first supplementary to Honorable Minister Saab. The Ministry in April 2022 informed that over 63% of ESIC doctors' positions were vacant in Bihar. I'm speaking about my state only. Whether the government has been successful in filling vacancies for doctors and nurses in Bihar's ESIC hospitals.
माननीय सभापति महोदय, ईएसआईसी में अभी तुरंत ही मेडिकल और पैरामेडिकल की लगभग 6000 के करीब वैकेंसियों की भर्ती की गई है और शीघ्र और वैकेंसियां भी निकाली जा रही है। जिन अस्पतालों में डॉक्टर्स की स्थायी उपलब्धता नहीं है, वहाँ कॉन्ट्रैक्ट के आधार पर किया गया है। बिहार में विशेष रूप से बेहिटा में हम लोगों ने बड़ा मेडिकल कॉलेज खोला है, जिसके लिए आईपी के साथ साथ बेहिटा में जो पटना के पास है, अन्य जो लोग हैं, जो उस आसपास के लोगों को भी हमने उसका लाभ दिया है। लगभग 1.5 लाख के करीब उसमें लोगों की ओपीडी की भी सुविधा दी गई है। ये इस बात को दर्शाता है कि हमारे पास पर्याप्त रूप में चिकित्सक उपलब्ध है।
सप्लीमेंट्री 2।
माननीय सभापति महोदय, उत्तर से तो संतुष्ट नहीं हूं, लेकिन भाव से संतुष्ट होना पड़ेगा। दूसरा प्रश्न है माननीय सभापति महोदय, जो कि हमारे साथी नीरज जी ने कहा हिंदी में बोलिए, तो इंटरनेशनल लेबर रिपोर्ट है सर, वो भी इसी वर्ष की है, जिसमें यह कहा जाता है कि 50% से ज्यादा जिन्होंने ईएसआई की सुविधाएं ली है, हेल्थ केयर फैसिलिटीज की, वो संतुष्ट नहीं है आपकी सेवाओं से। आपसे मेरा मतलब ईएसआईसी की सेवाओं से। क्या सरकार ने इसके लिए कोई फीडबैक मैकेनिज्म इवॉल्व किया है, या कारण तलाशे हैं, या कोई एक प्राइमरी सर्वे किया है, जिससे कि आगे ये प्रतिशत 50 से कम 5 पर पहुंचे? धन्यवाद माननीय सभापति महोदय।
ऑनरेबल मिनिस्टर।
माननीय सभापति महोदय, मेरे को जानकारी नहीं है कि हमारे माननीय सदस्य किस रिपोर्ट का हवाला दे रहे हैं। ऐसी कोई अधिकृत रिपोर्ट माननीय सभापति महोदय, अभी भी मेरा संशय बरकरार है, क्योंकि इस प्रकार का कोई इंटरनेशनल सर्वे ईएसआईसी का हुआ हो मंत्रालय के ध्यान में नहीं है।
The honorable minister will invite the honorable member for a cup of tea and deal with the issue.
लेकिन मैं ये बताना चाहता हूँ, अभी पिछले ही दिनों अंतर्राष्ट्रीय स्तर पर सोशल सिक्योरिटी का मार्केश में, जो मोरक्को में एक जगह है, वहाँ पर बड़ा सम्मेलन हुआ था और भारत की ईएसआईसी योजना को दुनिया की सबसे अच्छी योजनाओं में से गिना गया। उसका कारण यह है कि हमारे 3 करोड़ 10 लाख हमारे आईपीज हैं, 12 करोड़ से ज़्यादा हमारे लाभार्थी हैं। देश के 160 अस्पतालों में और 1502 डिस्पेंसरियों में और 18 मेडिकल कॉलेज में इनका इलाज होता है। लेकिन इस योजना की सबसे बड़ी विशेषता है कि श्रमिकों के योगदान से चलती है, लेकिन जो दुनिया में इसकी जो चर्चा है वो इस बात के लिए है कि एकमात्र ऐसी स्वास्थ्य योजना है जिसमें अपर लिमिट कुछ नहीं है। एक श्रमिक जो न्यूनतम अपना अंशदान करता है, इलाज पे उसकी अधिकतम जो कुछ भी खर्चा होता है उस पर कोई सीमा नहीं है। मैं माननीय सदस्य को ये बताना चाहूँगा कि ईएसआईसी के अस्पतालों में अब हम अधिक से अधिक सुविधा दे रहे हैं। जैसे हमने फरीदाबाद के मेडिकल कॉलेज में कैथ लैब की भी सुविधा दी है। ईएसआईसी का एक जो डेंटल मेडिकल कॉलेज है वो नंबर 2 पे भारत में एक्रीडेशन में है और इसमें हम मेडिकल शिक्षा के साथ साथ जो हमारे मजदूरों के बच्चे हैं उनके लिए भी हम आरक्षण की व्यवस्था रखते हैं और एक सम्मान पूर्वक हम स्वास्थ्य योजना मजदूरों के लिए चलाते
हैं। मैंने माननीय मंत्री जी से विशेष अनुरोध किया कि हमारे प्रतिभाशाली सांसद इनके साथ चाय पर चर्चा करें, क्योंकि मेरा व्यक्तिगत अनुभव है 10 साल से ज्यादा का कि मंत्री जी किसी भी परिस्थिति में हो, चाय पर जब चर्चा करते हैं बड़ी सार्थक होती है। श्री रामनाथ ठाकुर, लीडर ऑफ द हाउस।
सर, आई डोंट नो वेदर माननीय सदस्य को कोई चाय पे चर्चा पे आपत्ति ना हो, वो भी सदस्य का व्यू ले लिया जाए।
चर्चा नहीं होगी, चाय के बाद चर्चा होगी।
I offer myself every day चर्चा between 10 and 11 और उस पर पेय पदार्थ क्या होगा within permissible limits is left to the discretion of the honorable members. श्री रामनाथ ठाकुर।
सभापति महोदय, मैं आपके माध्यम से मंत्री जी से जानना चाहता हूं कि बिहार में सिर्फ 4 हॉस्पिटल हैं। क्या समस्तीपुर, बेगूसराय, मुजफ्फरपुर, दरभंगा, मधुबनी, मधेपुरा, सुपौल में एक और अस्पताल खोलने का कृपा करेंगे और कब तक करेंगे, यह भी सभापति महोदय आपके माध्यम से मंत्री जी से जानना चाहते हैं।
माननीय मंत्री।
माननीय सभापति महोदय, हमारे दोनों ही सदस्यों के बिहार में राज्य सरकार है। हमने मुजफ्फरपुर में 100 बेड का अस्पताल मंजूर करा है, लेकिन अभी तक राज्य सरकार के साथ हमारे कोई भूमि की अनुशंसा नहीं आई है। हमारा जो ईएसआईसी है पूरी तरीके से अस्पताल खोलने के लिए तैयार है। उसके साथ मैं ये भी कहना चाहता हूं कि चूंकि केंद्र सरकार के द्वारा फुलवारी शरीफ में, बेहिटा में अस्पताल चलते हैं, लेकिन 2 अस्पताल राज्य सरकार के ईएसआईएस के द्वारा संचालित हैं, जो मुंगेर और डालमिया नगर में है। मैं यह भी माननीय सदस्य के संज्ञान में लाना चाहता हूं कि राज्य सरकार को चाहिए उसका संचालन करे। वो भी अभी अस्त व्यस्तता के कारण बंद है, जिसके कारण वहां के मजदूरों को नुकसान होता है।
बिनोय विश्वम।
Thank you. Not through you, but straight to the minister. No, he suggested that. He suggested that. The Honorable Chairman, I thought that you suggested that not through you, we can ask straight to the minister. Am I right? Am I right? Am I right? Then Chairman, excuse me, pardon me, through you, I may ask the minister. We all have heard your claims that the ESI facilities and protection is going to be extended to the laborers from unorganized sector and contract laborers. Now it stands in many ESI hospitals. They are understaffed, no equipments are there, and they are facing a lot of difficulties. Have the government made any estimation how big can be the number, and is the government equipped to entertain or cater the needs of tens of thousands of workers that may come into that category? Thank you, sir.
श्री ऑनरेबल मिनिस्टर।
माननीय सभापति महोदय, माननीय सदस्य ने बहुत अच्छा प्रश्न उठाया है कि ईएसआईसी की सुविधा का विस्तार अनऑर्गेनाइज सेक्टर में भी होना चाहिए, और हम भी ये मानते हैं कि अनऑर्गेनाइज सेक्टर में अगर ये तुरंत विस्तार होगा तो 15 से 20% तक हमारे लाभार्थियों की संख्या और उनकी संख्या बढ़ेगी। मैं माननीय सदस्य के संज्ञान में लाना चाहूँगा कि भारत सरकार जो नया सोशल सिक्योरिटी कोड लाई है, जिसको लाना लंबित है और हम इनकी ट्रेड यूनियन से बात कर रहे हैं, उसमें विशेष रूप से ये स्कीम बनाई गई है कि सरकार अनऑर्गेनाइज सेक्टर तक इसको विस्तृत करना चाहती है। मैं चाहता हूं सब यूनियन जो साथ आ रही है, सोशल सिक्योरिटी कोड जैसे ही लागू होगा, ये अनऑर्गेनाइज सेक्टर का लागू अपने आप ही कोड की स्कीम के अंतर्गत होगा।
श्री जीवीएल नरसिम्हा राव।
First of all, I'd like to compliment the Honorable Minister and the government
for sanctioning a number of new ESI hospitals in the country. But my question relates to the delay in the construction of several sanctioned hospitals. In the state of Andhra Pradesh, sir, 7 new hospitals have been sanctioned. In 4 of them, state government has not even handed over the land. So I would like to know, Honorable, from the Minister, what steps can be taken to expedite. And in Visakhapatnam, the land has been awarded and 384 crores has been sanctioned also by the ESI Corporation on 1st February 2022. So I would like to draw Honorable Minister's attention to kindly expedite this construction of hospital in Visakhapatnam, because this will benefit nearly 4 lakh ESI beneficiaries. Thank you, sir.
Honorable Minister.
माननीय सभापति महोदय, पिछले दिनों ही एसआईसी कॉरपोरेशन की बोर्ड की बैठक पिछले सप्ताह में हुई है। अभी तक हमारा जो कंस्ट्रक्शन था वो ज़्यादा सीपीडब्ल्यूडी के माध्यम से था। अब हमने सरकार के जो अन्य इस प्रकार के संस्थान हैं, सरकारी संस्थान जो इस कंस्ट्रक्शन में शामिल रहते हैं, उनको इसके लिए ओपन किया है। दूसरा, हमने जो हमारे 76 अस्पताल अभी निर्माणाधीन अवस्था में चल रहे हैं, उसके लिए एक डैशबोर्ड बना करके एक समय सीमा का भी हमने निर्धारण हमारे हेडक्वार्टर के द्वारा किया है। तीसरा जो विषय है वो हमारी ज़्यादा दिक्कत आती है लोकल अथॉरिटीज़ में जो विभिन्न तरह की सैंक्शन है, उसके लिए भी हमने एक सुचारू व्यवस्था का निर्माण किया है। और चौथा, हमने अब एक प्रस्ताव अपने कॉरपोरेशन में पास किया है कि एक समान स्ट्रक्चर को हम एक निश्चित तरीके से लगा के, ताकि जो कंस्ट्रक्शन की अवधि 4 से 5 साल है उसको हम कैसे घटा करके 2 साल में करें, इसके लिए हमने कुछ निर्णय लिए हैं, जिसको मैं माननीय सदस्य के भी संज्ञान में तुरंत भेज दूंगा।
क्वेश्चन नंबर 21, श्री घनश्याम तिवारी।
प्रश्न संख्या 21।
ऑनरेबल मिनिस्टर।
उत्तर सभा पटल पर रखा है माननीय।
सप्लीमेंट्री 1।
माननीय सभापति महोदय, मेरे प्रश्न के 2 भाग थे। मैं माननीय मंत्री जी को धन्यवाद दूंगा कि एक भाग का उन्होंने उत्तर दिया है, लेकिन दूसरा जो भाग था उसके बारे में उन्होंने नहीं कहा। मेरा प्रश्न था कि सनातन संस्कृति की रक्षा के लिए उन्होंने जो ऐतिहासिक स्मारक है उनका वर्णन दिया है। मेरा सनातन संस्कृति के स्मारकों से मतलब है जिस प्रकार से अभी महाकाल के मंदिर का इतना बड़ा काम हुआ, प्रधानमंत्री जी त्रिपुंड लगाकर वहां पर गए, जिस प्रकार से काशी विश्वनाथ का हुआ, जिस प्रकार से केदारनाथ का हुआ, जिस प्रकार से बैद्यनाथ धाम का हुआ, उसी प्रकार से प्रधानमंत्री जी ने घोषणा की थी कि 12 ज्योतिर्लिंग है उनका और अन्य सारी चीजों का उनके उत्थान के लिए भारत सरकार की कोई योजना है, तो उस योजना के बारे में मेरा प्रश्न था और मैं माननीय मंत्री महोदय से चाहूंगा कि उस प्रश्न का वो जवाब दें।
ऑनरेबल मिनिस्टर।
माननीय अध्यक्ष महोदय जी, इसका उत्तर तो इनके प्रश्न में ही आ गया है कि वो स्वदेश योजना और कई योजनाएं हैं जिसके माध्यम से ये कार्यक्रम चल रहा है और उसमें राज्य सरकारों के जिस प्रकार की मांग होती है और वहां पर आने वाले यात्रियों का भाव रहता है, तो वो हम कर ही रहे हैं। तो
सप्लीमेंट्री 2।
माननीय सभापति महोदय, मैं माननीय मंत्री महोदय से जानना चाहता था कि जब से भारत पर 742 ईस्वी से लेकर आक्रांताओं ने हमले किए, उन हमलों में हमारी जो सनातन संस्कृति के तत्वों को नष्ट किया गया, उनके पुनरुत्थान के लिए जो सांस्कृतिक पुनरुत्थान का कार्यक्रम प्रधानमंत्री जी ने प्रारंभ किया है, उसमें हमारा क्या योगदान है, वो हम क्या करना चाहते हैं, वो पूछता था।
सांस्कृतिक माननीय अध्यक्ष जी, जो सांस्कृतिक पुनरुत्थान की व्यवस्था की बात मेंबर साहब ने की है, तो उसके उत्तर में मैं यही कहूंगी कि वो पुनरुत्थान का ही काम चल ही रहा है और वो सबकी निगाह में है।
श्री जयंत चौधरी।
धन्यवाद आदरणीय सभापति महोदय जी। मैं मंत्री जी से जानना चाहूँगा, आपने एक सूची प्रदान की है जिसमें एएसआई के जो प्रोटेक्टेड मॉन्यूमेंट्स हैं जिन्हें आप संरक्षण दे रहे हैं और जिनको आपने नोटिफाई किया है, तो उस सूची में आप देखेंगे कि सादिकपुर नाम से जो बागपत जिले के का एक स्थल है उसका जिक्र है ये एक्चुअली सिनौली नाम से प्रसिद्ध है और बहुत ही राष्ट्रीय महत्व का स्थल है। 4000 साल पुराना इसका अनुमान है और कई अवशेष वहाँ मिले गए हैं जो और जांच का एक विषय बनेगा। विशेषज्ञ कहते हैं कि इंडस वैली सिविलाइजेशन से भी अलग और भिन्न है। उसमें महिला योद्धाओं के अवशेष हैं, रथ है, तांबे की बनी तलवार है। मैं ये आपके संज्ञान में लाना चाहूँगा कि अभी वहाँ जो 350 बीघे पे खुदाई होनी थी उसकी गति धीमी है और वहाँ के लोगों को ये जानकारी नहीं कि उनको मुआवजा कब मिलेगा, किस दर से मिलेगा। और वहाँ जो संग्रहालय का निर्माण होना था, मैं पूछना चाहता हूँ कि जो संग्रहालय का एक निर्माण है और इस साइट को प्रॉपरली कंप्लीटली जो इन्वेस्टिगेट करने की बात है, कब तक उसका पूरा हो पाएगा काम?
ऑनरेबल मिनिस्टर।
आदरणीय अध्यक्ष जी, मेरे को इसकी स्पेसिफिक जानकारी अभी मेरे हाथ में नहीं है, लेकिन सिन्हौली से निकला हुआ जो भी सामान है वो ग्रेटर नोएडा के हमारा जो नेशनल म्यूजियम, नेशनल इंस्टीट्यूट ऑफ हेरिटेज बन रहा है, वहाँ पर रखा गया है और उसके ऊपर काम जारी है। उसकी एग्जैक्ट स्थिति क्या है वो जानकारी मेरे पास स्पेसिफिक नहीं है, मैं आपको ज़रूर उपलब्ध करा दूंगी। और ये हमारी नई फाइंड्स में से है, जो 5 नई जगहें मिली हैं उसमें से एक ये वाला स्थान है जो अभी कुछ समय पहले उसके ऊपर पढ़ाई और रिसर्च शुरू हुई है, डॉक्यूमेंटेशन।
श्री विजय साई रेड्डी जी।
Sir, I would like to know from the Honorable Minister in respect of showcasing the ancient culture. Number 2, conservation of the ancient culture. Number 3, safeguarding the artifacts and getting back the artifacts that have been stolen out of India. And what steps the government of India is taking in this regard, and whether G20 presidency to highlight the ancient cultures and then use that platform to get all these 4 issues addressed. Thank you.
Honorable Minister.
Very much, Chairman, sir. My colleague and friend has been very polite, so I have not really heard him completely. But if I can catch on the last few words, which I caught on, was about G20 platform being used for propagating India's culture. That is very much the purview of the Government of India, and we have constantly been engaging with all G20 countries, and you'll be happy to know that recently, just 2 days ago, we had a program in Udaipur, and at any place that we are taking these delegates, we are showcasing that science and technology part along with the digital revolution which this country has undertaken, and the ancient heritage of this country is part of every such program. And I'm grateful to him for highlighting this. So far as bringing back the antiquities of our country from other countries is concerned, so again I refer back to the UNESCO Convention, in which between the 2 signatory countries, the countries have to protect the heritage of the other country, and on request they have to provide. Many countries we are working with. Recently, the minister Foreign Affairs Minister from Scotland was in the country, and we have discussed with them also. We are working on that project. All the ministers who are visiting, or we are visiting them, we are making those requests constantly, and a whole lot of things are in process and in pipeline. And as and when this happens, we ensure that these artifacts go back to their place of origin. But there are several difficulties, because in the past we did not have proper documentation, and we did not even have theft being reported. So there are difficulties in these aspects. So at times it depends on the member states' discretion that they wish to return or not, because we are unable to prove the theft part of it.
I can add from my side, G20 is going to be a very important occasion. During my 2 visits abroad, I found in the people an air of expectation. They expect, and rightly so, that in the land of culture and civilization, the event will be unique, an occasion for them to feast on our cultural wealth. And that is both a challenge and opportunity to us. Input to me is that everyone is concerned to make available and showcase India in the most authentic fashion. I call upon all the members to give their own inputs also to the chair, and I will act as a platform to catalyze that their constructive ideas, imaginative inputs are also put into practice. This may be done within fortnight, and I will pass on to the leader of the House, who will bring about convergence of various departments to consider your inputs so that the world comes to know our cultural power, our cultural wealth, and what India has offered to the world. Shri Tiruchi Siva. Please, leader of the House.
The other day mentioned that this G20 is not of the ruling party or of the government. It is for the whole nation. And therefore, this is a very good initiative which will have members participating in this very important program. I compliment you on this initiative.
Let me respond to the honorable member. Leader of the House and leader of the opposition, to the extent I am concerned, have a very special position. As also the benefit we have in the House of two former Prime Ministers. Believe in the chair is not partisan, the chair is national. And what I have indicated is what I have felt. So we all must rise to a level on certain issues where partisanship is totally not taken sight of. Let me give an illustration. If on an issue, Honorable former Prime Minister S.D. Devagowda would like to speak, that will be an input to the entire nation. I would first look at him, his vision, and then the rule book. Same when my very dear friend Jairam Ramesh, on an issue of which he has great depth of knowledge, would like to intervene, as he will be doing in the afternoon today. One second. And if it is question hour or any hour, every moment, I have no doubt about it, having been a serious student of parliamentary practice at global level, May's parliamentary practice, Colin Sakdar, and the views that have been taken in both the houses. The chairman is the ultimate custodian and protector. Tiruchi Siva.
Thank you, Chairman, sir. Sir, in the state of Tamil Nadu, in Tanjavur district, there is a Kallanai, a dam, which was built in the 1st century by the Chola king Karihalan. Sir, it has withstood the onslaught of time for 2000 years and is considered to be one of the first ever water reservoirs constructed in the world. Greek and Rome people have come here to witness that. So it serves to it caters to the needs of the Delta region, and I would request the minister, would the minister consider of exploring the possibilities of declaring that reservoir as a World Heritage Site, considering its age of 2000 years.
Honorable Minister.
Thank you very much, Chairman, sir. The members' remarks are appreciated. Only if the state government writes to us, we can work on this project.
Question number 22.
Sir, may I just mention one more line? That maybe if the reservoir is in working condition, and we could also bring it under Amrit Sarovar. That is also a possibility. But only if we get some documentation from the state, it'll benefit the whole country.
Honorable Finance Minister.
Correct, subject to correction. It was in one of our announcements of the government that this being such an ancient dam, for its preservation and maintenance, we will give an allowance. We've announced that Kallanai will get that kind of a, it's a different issue altogether, announcing it as a World Heritage, that's a different issue. But the attention given to a very ancient water reservoir named Kallanai, who has been done under the leadership of the Prime Minister, Narendra Modi ji, 2000 years. If I remember correct, if at all a mention of Kallanai and money for it has been announced, it has been under our Prime Minister's leadership. I would like to bring through you this House to recognize that fact. Thank you, sir.
Question number 22, Shri Dhananjay Bhimrao Mahadik. Honorable Minister.
सदन पर रख दिया गया है.
Supplementary one.
Thank you, Honorable Chairman, sir. The 4 pilgrimage sites on the Char Dham Yatra are located in the Uttarakhand at high altitudes in the Himalayan region, sir. The circuit consists of Yamunotri and Gangotri in Uttarakashi district, Kedarnath in Rudraprayag and Badrinath in Chamoli. Yatris faces low oxygen level, low air pressure, increased ultraviolet radiation, exposure and low temperature during the yatra. There is an urgent need to increase the health infrastructure near these shrines so that all kind of medical facilities may be provided to the yatris. I would like to know through you, sir, whether the ministry will approach health ministry to create health infrastructure near these shrines so that not only yatris but also local people can get medical care and treatment, sir. Thank you.
Honorable Minister.
मान्यवर, जब भी चारधाम यात्रा प्रारंभ होती है तो सारी एजेंसी से हमारी बातें होती हैं. एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन पूरी तरह से इन्वॉल्व रहता है. जगह जगह पर हमारे मेडिकल कैंप लगते हैं. हम हर स्पेशलिस्ट को वहां पर भेजते हैं और इसलिए कहीं पर भी कोई ऐसी दुविधा नहीं है कि कहीं पर कोई हमारी व्यवस्था नहीं होती है. व्यवस्था हमेशा चुस्त और दुरुस्त रहती है.
Supplementary two.
Sir, there are 4 ways of reaching Yamunotri and Kedarnath. The young and hardy can climb the hill. Who can afford it, take a palki or doli. The third form of traveling is on Kandi. The yatris sit on the basket and the man climbs the hill with it on his back. Needless to say, it is a cruel, sir. The 4th way of traveling is by mule, donkey or pony. The condition of animals is also not good. Around 600 animals died this year, sir. Injuries and lack of facilities for hot water to drink for animals is less. Most yatris are senior citizens who face a lot of problems during yatra. Whether government has any plans to start ropeway at the Kedarnath and Yamunotri dams? If so, the details thereof and how much time it will take in its
Honorable
operation,
Minister.
sir.
Honorable Minister.
मान्यवर, मैं आपके माध्यम से पूरे सदन को बताना चाहता हूं कि जो व्यवस्था वहां आज तक बनी हुई थी, 2013 में एक बहुत बड़ी आपदा आई थी. उसके बाद से जरूर रास्ते वगैरह काफी बर्बाद हुए, लेकिन हमारी सरकार ने, केंद्र सरकार ने, माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी स्वयं उसकी मॉनिटरिंग करते हैं. जिन्होंने 2013 से पहले 4 धाम देखे होंगे, अगर आज वहां देखने जाएंगे तो पूरा कायाकल्प हो गया है. सारी व्यवस्थाएं, मैंने पहले भी कहा है कि चुस्त और दुरुस्त हैं. हर चीज की व्यवस्था वहां की जा रही है. अब तो माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी ने केदारनाथ जी के लिए और हेमकुंड साहिब के लिए अभी आपने देखा रोप वे की श्री गणेश कर दी है और वो कार्य भी वहां पर प्रारंभ हो गया है.
श्री अशोक वाजपेयी.
माननीय सभापति जी, आपकी अनुज्ञा से माननीय मंत्री जी से जानना चाहता हूं कि 4 धाम यात्रा के लिए ऑल वेदर रोड बनाने का सरकार का फैसला था.
ऑनरेबल मिनिस्टर.
माननीय मंत्री जी, उसकी प्रगति क्या है?
बहुत तेजी से काम चल रहा है और ऑल वेदर रोड ही नहीं बल्कि मान्यवर वहां पर अभी अभी आपने देखा भी होगा, सुना भी होगा, कभी तो हम घास पकड़ के मंदिरों में चढ़ते थे, आम आदमी जा नहीं सकता था। जब डिजास्टर आया था उस समय हम खुद घास पकड़ के ऊपर गए और स्लिप होते थे। तो आज वहां पर ऑल वेदर रोड बहुत अच्छे तरीके से काम कर रही है और कुछ दिनों में हम रेल से ऋषिकेश से चार धाम की यात्रा करेंगे। काफी टनल में आगे काम बढ़ गया है माननीय।
The House stands adjourned till 2 p.m. today.
नमस्कार, स्वागत है आप सभी का हमारी खास पेशकश, खास कवरेज में। गुजरात और हिमाचल प्रदेश विधानसभा चुनाव के मतों की गिनती जारी है। हिमाचल प्रदेश में 68 और गुजरात में 182 विधानसभा सीटें हैं। मतों की गिनती का काम सुबह 8 बजे से लगातार जारी है और जो रुझान लगातार चुनाव आयोग की तरफ से सामने आ रहे हैं उससे तस्वीर दोनों ही राज्यों में बहुत साफ साफ अब दिख रही है। गुजरात में बीजेपी 27 साल से सत्ता में है, लेकिन ऐसा कमाल पहले कभी नहीं हुआ जैसा अब दिख रहा है। तमाम जो रिकॉर्ड है गुजरात को लेकर वो टूटते दिखाई दे रहे हैं। दरअसल इस बार बीजेपी रिकॉर्ड जीत के साथ सरकार बनाती नजर आ रही है। जो रुझान हमें दिख रहे हैं उसमें रिकॉर्ड तोड़ बहुमत की ओर गुजरात में बीजेपी जाती दिख रही है और बीजेपी के खाते में 154 के आसपास सीटें जाती दिख रही हैं। जो 2002 में भी नहीं हुआ वो 2022 में अब होता दिख रहा है। 2002 चुनाव में बीजेपी ने गुजरात में 127 सीटों पर जीत हासिल की थी, लेकिन इस बार के रुझानों में यह आंकड़ा 150 के ऊपर पहुंचता दिख रहा है और 7वीं बार सरकार बनाने की ओर अग्रसर बीजेपी दिखाई दे रही है। वहीं हिमाचल प्रदेश में कांग्रेस ने बढ़त बनाई हुई है और हम देखें तो गुजरात में जीत के सभी रिकॉर्ड तोड़ने के लिए बीजेपी तैयार है। कांग्रेस को गुजरात में 19 सीटों पर बढ़त मिलती दिखाई दे रही है। वहीं आम आदमी पार्टी के पास 6 सीटें आती दिख रही हैं। अन्य 3 सीटों पर